back to English for You. I am Murad. In today's course, we're going to see the last part of noun phrases. In today's course, we're going to see noun phrase complementation. Well, the last part was post-modification. Now we're going to deal with complementation of the noun phrase. We're going to see the first part, which is prepositional phrases. So we have prepositional phrase as a noun phrase complementation. We're going to see some examples. For example, here we have, they encouraged my passion for studying. They encouraged my passion for studying. For studying is the prepositional phrase. For studying. As you see, for is a preposition, and studying is the had, and all of it is a noun phrase. Is a prepositional phrase. Okay? So passion is the had. So they encouraged my passion for reading. It is possible to, is it possible to say they encouraged my passion? Does this make sense? For me, it does not. I don't know whether you agree with me on that or not, but it doesn't make sense to say they encouraged my passion and they stop. It needs something else. That something else is complementation, which is this prepositional phrase for reading. That is to say, for reading is a prepositional phrase that completes the meaning of passion. My passion for what? My passion of what? Towards what? For studying. That's it. So, what you have to bear in mind is that passion needs this prepositional phrase to get a full meaning. So this prepositional phrase functions as a noun phrase complementation. Well, another example. They explained the importance of reading. They explained the importance of reading. If I say they explained the importance and I stop, that doesn't really make sense. It doesn't give full meaning to the addressee. But when I say they explained the importance of reading, this is the prepositional phrase, functions as a noun phrase complementation. It completes the meaning of importance. The importance of what? Alright? So this is the noun phrase. Okay? It consists of a central determiner and head. That's the whole thing about the prepositional phrase. Now we're going to deal with noun phrase as noun clause, or noun clause as noun phrase complementation. First of all, what is a noun clause? A noun clause starts with a subordinating conjunction, whether or that, and it has subject and verb. There is another point that we are going to look at later on, and that's the difference between noun clause and the relative clause. Now let's stick to the noun clause. Well, here as you see in this example, I support the idea. The idea is the noun. This is the noun phrase. Alright. That, this is a subordinating conjunction, right? That violence should not be used as a method of teaching. All of this, from here till here, this is a noun clause. This is a noun clause. It has supposing conjunction, violence, which is the noun, or the subject, is not to be used, this is the verb, as a method of teaching. So we have subject and we have verb. Okay? This is a noun clause. So the noun clause has a subject and verb. And in here, we can say, I support the idea. What idea do you support? This noun clause explains to us this idea. The idea that I support. That violence shouldn't be used as a method of teaching against children. You got the point. So this is a noun clause functions as a, let's say, a noun phrase complementation. This is the noun phrase. This noun clause just completes the meaning of the idea. It completes the meaning by explaining this idea. All right? It explains to us what idea I support. That's the whole meaning. That's the only way through which I can explain the noun clause. I can give out an example. I support the idea that men and women are equal. I support the idea that men and women are equal. First of all, let's look at it. This is the idea, this is the noun phrase. It consists of a central determiner. Idea is the head, okay? That men and women, that, this is the subordinating conjunction that a noun clause starts by. Men and women are subjects, and are is the verb, equal is the complement. So this noun clause has a subject and verb, as I said before, and all of it functions as a complement of the idea. It completes the meaning of idea. Is that really clear? If you have any problems concerning noun phrase or noun clause, you can comment, to give comments below. I will be really happy to answer. Okay? So the last point they want to talk about is the difference between noun clause and relative clause. So this is a noun clause. Let's see a relative clause. Relative clause. Okay, so the difference between relative clause and noun clause lies in the fact that when it comes to noun clauses, we talk about a noun clause that has a subject and verb, and this noun clause functions or explains that idea or that claim or that notion. It explains. All right, it explains that idea. It's like in here. I support the idea that men and women are equal. The idea here is explained. It's not determined or specified. All right, but it is just explained. I explain what idea I support. But here, look at relative clause. The idea I support, there's a dot here, the idea that I support, which I support, we have subject, we have verb, yes, we have subject and verb, but what is the difference between noun clause and relative clause? A relative clause does not explain like the noun clause, but just it determines, it specifies what idea I'm talking about. The idea I support is interesting. The idea that is interesting is the idea that I support, not that John supports, or that Amel supports, or that you support. The idea that is interesting is the idea that I support. This is the difference between relative clause and noun clause. Relative clause specifies, determines the thing about which we are talking. Whereas, when it comes to noun clause, a noun clause explains that notion or claim or idea or thing in general that about which we are talking. That's the whole difference between two of them. And another difference is, a relative clause is a post modifier. It comes after the noun phrase, it post modifies the noun phrase. Whereas the noun clause completes the meaning. It explains, it completes the meaning. I hope that the meaning is clear. I hope that I have done well. Thank you very much for your close attention. If you have any problem concerning the noun phrase, please feel at ease to put your comments below. I'll be really happy to answer. Thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe to my humble channel to help me produce more videos. Thank you very much, and see you soon.